I'm gonna take a 3-piece with the boss sauce
Picture this.
and some macaroni and cheese.
You just ruined the fucking punchline.
I'm sorry.
Are you drinking paint today, Sam?
I'm drinking paint today.
That's the point.
That's the point, and that's what makes me so fucking mad about this goddamn movie. It's the point.
How do you hate this movie?
I don't think about him in this movie. He doesn't exist, that fuck. That fucking fuck.
I am still here for it.
Your co-host, Mr. Workman, will not be joining us this week, for I have destroyed him for all time.
That's terrible. Can we call it the Foreskin 20 episode?
I'm fucking done.
3 for 3. Now that's really cool.
For now, I don't even know what it is in my contacts because I don't sync my messages up well enough.
And that weird
real
dude
quick.
sending the message on Instagram to us.
I don't
I looked at
remember
his
if that was
page.
me or him.
Real quick, I have a question for you guys.
What's up? What's the question?
What's up?
What's up?
Oh my god. Sorry, I was a different tab.
What up?
My god.
Not much. Just chilling.
Mm.
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the 3 for 3 podcast. I am your host this week. Not Jackson, because I gutted him like a fish. No, I will be your host this week. The one and only, even though there's been like 10 of me at this point, Ghostface. And we are here with Season 3, Episode 3, which is the episode of threes, the Threequel special.
Three.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 threequels, which we will be discussing, one of which I starred in. And I think, since I'm already here, that is the one we'll start with first. Scream 3! Yes, the third installment in the Scream franchise. Directed by the late, great, legendary Wes Craven, my creator. And written...
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace indeed. And of course, written not by Kevin Williamson, but by Aaron Kruger this time. Starring Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, all the returning favorites, Liev Schreiber, who dies in the first 10 minutes.
That bitch.
And of course, some newcomers. Scott Foley, Parker Posey, Emily Mortimer, Lance Henriksen.
Woo!
And of course, some very important, memorable cameos from Jay and Silent Bob and from Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
And Roger Corman.
And Roger Corman,
Yeah.
who we cannot forget. So, that is our very first.
So many RIPs.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot.
And speaking of Scott Foley,
I kind of look like him.
You kind of do.
So this is extra fitting. Yes, not to jump right into it, but that I was hyped up in character there, so had to take us full steam ahead into Scream 3, which was my pick of this episode. And yeah, so I'll let you boys go first. And I personally can't wait to talk about each of these because I think we will have some unconventional opinions on each of them. But you two go ahead.
Sam, I'll let you take it away. I'm still forming thoughts.
I love this movie. It's straight up. There is nothing not to like about this movie. And
it's just so much fun. There's so much like back and forth that happens that I'm just like, oh, I love this. I love this so much. Liev Schreiber returning was one of my favorite aspects because to add some lore, when I saw this movie for the first time, it was skipping school in high school at Matt's dad's apartment. We spent a week watching, yeah, each of the Scream movies, and before then I had only seen the fourth one, which is kind of fucked. But that was like one of the last like blockbuster kind of like experiences renting a random fucking thing, and I love the fourth one for its own reasons, but it's wild.
That makes one of us.
Yeah. Well, it's not good.
Fourth
but,
one is, I think, objectively the worst.
By far.
But there's some pretty graphic stuff in there, and I appreciated that as a fucking 13-year-old. So, but Matt, me, Andrew, I'm sure other people were there. We watched the Scream movies, and it was so much fun, and I loved it, and I loved the third one, but I hadn't seen it since then. And so this was a fantastic rewatch with all the cameos in it, all the like fourth wall breaks, everything that is just so on point with where it needed to go with the franchise, and it's great. So, but I've been gushing. Matt, you can go ahead.
I really enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I did because I remember talking with somebody about the Scream franchise a while ago because always fucked with it, but I even went Scream 3 was all right. It was pretty good. But like I didn't hype it up that much and I kind of was like, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one as much." I honestly I kind of forgot that Jay and Silent Bob are in this up until I was watching it and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is their scene." But I think it's funny that he put Clerks in Scream 1 two times, not just once. He has the VHS in there and the fucking poster in the background. So then to put Jay and Silent Bob in Scream is like, okay, what's the universe going,
The lore is even deeper than that because
he's in Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
right. Well, no, he's in
Fucking-
Craven was in. They did in Strike Back. They did the whole parody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I
Jackson.
think that was because they were just on the same lot because I'm pretty sure that was the lot they shot on.
In my head canon, like their scene in this is during the events of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when they're on the studio lot.
That's what I imagined.
And they're just walking around.
That's so true. That's so true.
Jackson, I'm really upset because Kevin Smith was in where we saw him and got first row seats. He returned this last weekend and we could have gone there and talked to him about his experience. But I was busy.
That would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, you gotta get a sound bite.
Yeah. Interview.
Can we get a quote, Kevin?
Kevin would love to do it.
It's a free podcast.
Yeah.
They're getting press badges.
Exactly.
But to get back to it though, like you guys did, I rewatched at least the first three leading up to Halloween. And I really took for granted, I think, 2 and 3 a little bit more, or I did. And now I kind of appreciate them a lot more than I originally had anticipated. I think this one is a lot funnier than the other ones to the point where it's because like Carrie Fisher's fucking cameo.
Yeah. That shit's
brilliant. The fact that Jay and Silent Bob are in it. The fact that the fucking Ghostface throws the knife at Dewey and it just bonks him on the head. It's not the first time somebody's going to get bonked on the head this episode. But, and what they were doing was like, I don't know. They at least brought back Jamie Kennedy because that was the biggest sin of Scream 2, in my opinion, was killing off fucking his character. I was pissed. But they at least kind of brought him back a little bit. And I don't know. This one's not one of the ones where the surprise is like crazy, but you are just like, okay, I guess they did have to go where they said they were. They did tease, like they did in all the movies, they tease it with these are the rules. So I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I think it is Scream. I'm trying to decide if I like Scream 2 better, but I don't know.
Well, let me just tell you something. And let me tell everyone in the audience something as well. Anyone, and I mean anyone, who asks me what my favorite scary movie is, it's gonna be one of 3 things. Scream, Scream 2, and Scream 3. And I include Scream 3, even though most people wouldn't, because anyone who says that this movie is bad, you're gonna get got by the Ghostface. Because it's not. You know why? Because I'm in it. And everything I'm in is fucking awesome, except for Scream 4. We don't talk about that one. That one sucks. They did me dirty in that one. I was meeting with Freddy Krueger the other week in a bar, and we were talking about the worst sequels we ever did. Of course, the first one that came up for him was Freddy's Dead. And I said, yes, I agree. That one sucked. They made you look like an idiot. But how do you think I felt in Scream 4? I mean, it was just dumb. They got the third most famous Culkin to play me in that one. It was stupid. Anyway, I digress. But anyway, this one fucking rules. And any movie where in the first 10 minutes, Liev Schreiber is getting pinned against a bookshelf, it's just gonna go up from
I
there.
want to pin him against the bookshelf for sure.
Exactly. But
Oh, and can we just mention the casts in all three movies are fucking banger casts.
With Timothy
all
Oliphant.
three movies.
Of course. But in all seriousness, yeah, this one I will fucking throw hands over this one. I really will. Because full disclosure, and this applies to all three of the franchises that we're going to cover today. The Scream franchise has a very deep and meaningful place in my heart. When I was in my early teens and I really started watching stuff for the first time, the Scream franchise was one of the first things I got into. I remember just, falling in love with the movies. I've seen them all so many times over the years. They are, very, very meaningful to me. And the first three in particular, I just love to death. Scream 4, as I said, can suck a dick. I finally decided on this go around, I'm going to finally go up to the fifth one. Now that I've watched the first three, I'm going to rewatch 4 and finally watch 5. I was nervous to see it back in the day because no Wes Craven, no, I didn't want them to ruin it because I care about these movies so much. But I'm finally gonna. And this one, I gotta be honest, man. I don't get it. I don't get why this is considered the worst one. I don't get it.
It is not the worst one at all.
It's better. It's better than the new ones.
It's clever, just like the first two. It has good kills, just like the first two. I think the script, it's not as snappy as something that Kevin Williamson would write, but it's still got a lot of funny lines, a lot of good, again, the way they play with the rules and the tropes and the way they, build up the mystery and everything. I think it works. I mean, and look, I'm not going to pretend like this is a perfect movie. I mean, it definitely has issues, and we'll get into that, but I would say, fucking honestly, and again, this is not the last time I'm going to say this on this episode, I'd say 90% of this movie fucking is just solid as shit. And yes, there are problems in the other 10%. But I'm sorry. This one is just... And yes, it has been pointed out this one is a bit more comedic than the other two before it. But again, when you go back to that first movie, that one had plenty of comedy in it too. It was very tongue-in-cheek with what it was trying to say and, took some beats for a little dark humor. And I think this one does the same. I also think it just makes sense that in a franchise where the whole point is it's about how scary movies, their kind of relevance in culture and how they affect people and everything, it only makes sense for, in what was supposed to be the end of the trilogy, for them to go to Hollywood, to the place where they make the movies, and for that to be where the conclusion to the whole thing takes place. I think it was inevitable to go there. And the last thing I'll say, for my off-the-top thoughts, before we dive into it deeper, I know this joke has been made before, but the true villain of this movie is not Timothy Oliphant. Scott Foley. And it's not Skeet Ulrich, and it's not Matthew Lillard, and it's not Emma Roberts. It's Courtney Cox's hairstylist. God,
those bangs
damn.
were so fucked up.
Her hair looks like shit in this movie. I hope she genuinely fired her hairstylist after this was over. Her hair in the first two movies looked so good, and I don't know what happened here, and it's appalling. Also, Patrick Warburton is goated. But
Oh yes, I do have notes that I can pull up, and I have to do that.
Fucking him, Patrick
Patrick Warburton
Dempsey,
is brilliant.
goddamn
Patrick
Dewey.
Dempsey, who we didn't mention,
Yeah.
yes, it was great
Also,
in this.
I'm
Dewey is so
I'm also
sexy.
naming Carrie Fisher's like mom in this or whatever, Roma Reynolds.
Rena Reynolds, yeah.
I was Yeah, I was like, okay, that definitely is a Debbie Reynolds joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I was 110 because she gets defensive about the name too.
That's true, yeah, because she makes a dig at Parker Posey. Yeah, that's right. Who's also very funny in this, can I just say?
Wonderful addition to the cast.
Yeah.
Like everything they added in this elevated it to such an even better point, and having all the callbacks to other stuff and everything that's pushing the story forward. It's just, and having the people play them and all sorts of stuff. It's so interwoven.
Well, kind of like like what you were saying, Jackson. I feel like, I mean, honestly, if you just left it at Screams 1, 2, and 3, it'd be kind of a banger trilogy.
I kind of wish they had, to be honest with you. But maybe I'll change my mind when I see 5.
What about 4?
4 is the spinoff, and then 5, 6, and 7 are the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna
All
go.
right,
Past, I don't think I'm gonna go past 5.
What about the
just
Scream
because-
TV series?
Fuck that in its ass.
I actually didn't hate it when I watched it. I did watch it when it came out back.
I would never. They didn't even use Ghostface until season 3 because they didn't have the fucking rights.
I know, which I didn't. Again, I didn't hate. I was like, okay, but
That's crazy.
it's surprisingly not as bad as you think. I was like 16, or it was like what, 2015.
I do think Wes Craven directed the pilot, so
That's why I was like, it's not bad.
at least he had some involvement in it.
That's cool.
And then can we also bring up, just because I know we were kind of talking about all of them. Henry Winkler is the principal in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
So fucking hilarious.
So good. I also would like to point out that in a lot of the movies, in 2 and 3 definitely, they always get the most hateable people killed off, like towards the beginning. Jada Pinkett Smith in the second one, and Jenny McCarthy in this one. And just like, oh, they're killing off all the most hateable people early. Good call.
I need to bring up the fact that this made me watch Scary Movie as well, because it's so good. And when she is in the theater and is like, "You don't own the theater," like, I love that movie so much.
Yeah, we'll get into that definitely later, but because I have something to say.
Dick
But
through the ear, the glory hole dick through the ear instead of
Yeah.
knife kills
Yeah.
me.
That was something else. But yeah, I think again also like this one for me, I like a lot of the turns that the characters took in this one. Like I like how Sydney, is kind of isolated after the events of the first 2 movies. It makes sense. I think it's incredibly believable that she would be like a women's crisis hotline person. Like that is totally believable. I think it's also very believable and hilarious that Cotton is now a talk show host, like a Bill Maher type talk show host who's just, an incendiary fuck. And it's
And though, because the way he
Yeah.
screamed too about the fucking Diane Sawyer interview.
Yeah, because he's like fame hungry and is always looking for attention. That's what I'm saying. It makes complete sense. I'm like, it's totally believable for his character to go there. And I like how in this one they finally smooth out Gail's edges a bit, and they show that because with each one she becomes less and less of a bad person. And I like in this one, they really kind of smooth her out a bit. And it's just, and also the story of this one with the movie set and all that stuff. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was fascinating. I thought a lot of the new characters were interesting. And I thought, again, a lot of the kills in this one were, like, when they blow the fucking house up, that is, like, wild as shit, I'm like, wow, Ghostface is using explosives this time. And he's got a bulletproof vest and all kinds of other shit. Now, all that being said, there are some problems with this one. I won't deny it. There are a few scenes that are a little goofy, particularly the scenes with, Sydney's mom, like, showing up as a ghost. I'm like, all right, so this is a little silly at parts, a little over the top.
It kind of
But-
like harkened back to some earlier horror movie with like ridiculous, like crazy ghost appearances.
Yeah, and like again, I get what they're going for, but there are certain parts that and to this day, there are 2 things. Go ahead.
Has anybody mentioned Patrick Dempsey yet?
We did a second ago earlier, yeah.
I said his name, but we haven't talked about his
But
character.
that is something I do want to touch on more. Is I like him as the love interest in this one. That's always been one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when he and Sydney are talking in the police station. I just love that where he's just like he's someone who can relate to her. Where he's just like, yeah, I know what it's like to have the ghost not be able to go away or whatever. And those fucking cheap pieces of shit, fucking for the seventh one, they were supposed to bring him back and have him be Sydney's husband, but they weren't willing to pay him enough money, so they got fucking Joel McHale instead. What a fucking downgrade. Goddamn, I don't want to see the movie just for that reason. But it'll be interesting seeing how 5 goes. I don't think I'm gonna go past that, just because 6 doesn't have Nev Campbell, so I'm like, what's the point? I don't even want to watch it.
Okay. I'll tell you what 6 does have, Jackson.
It has Ghostface with a shotty.
Well, it's funny because everyone was like, "Oh, Ghostface having a shotgun's crazy." Fucking Timothy Olyphant had a gun in the last one, and 2, this dude has a gun in this one.
Okay, but out of character, out of the mask. No, I'm sorry. Ghostface with a shotgun is stupid.
Actually, it makes sense, and I fucked with it because that just was like, it was a turn. It was a turn, and Samara Weaving. This movie has Samara Weaving.
Okay, I mean she's alright, I guess, but
Yeah.
I mean she's not a bad actress. It's just I'd never have seen her in anything where I'm like, ooh, I loved her in that. But yeah, I don't know. But
Actually, you know what? You know who else is in it?
Who?
Hayden Panettiere.
Which is weird because she died in the 4th one. I'm like, how did they bring her back somehow?
They do it.
Like how? Literally, what the
I remember
fuck?
actually how, but I remember them explaining it and me just not giving a fuck.
The 4th one is one of the stab
I
movies
think-
in the universe.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense when you look at it that way. But
I didn't.
So goddamn stupid.
I will say, give 6 a shot. But give it
If you like 5, definitely give 6.
Without Nev Campbell, I don't think I can do it. But we'll see. I'll consider it. But
personally, I like Mel Ferreira enough and Jenna Ortega enough to let them carry it.
They're fine. They're not Sydney, so I don't know. Like I'm already kind of hesitant enough to give 5 a chance, but I'm gonna just because I want to see what they do. But what was I gonna say? Oh, but there are 2 things in this one in particular where to this day I can't decide if they're brilliant or stupid or both. Where it's like I have very mixed feelings about them, where I really like them and I really don't. The first is the voice changer that lets him have anybody's voice. I still can't decide whether that's brilliant or stupid. Because on the one hand, I'm like, I like it because it's a good way to up the stakes, and it's plausible that he could do that, and it's a great way to like build tension. On the other hand, I'm like, really though, is that maybe a little too over the top? I don't know. I haven't made up my mind on that.
I think
one
they
yet.
had to do it. It kind of made sense to me. Like that.
I think it did. I think it did too. I think in a lot of ways it does make sense.
Because like you said, it felt like the tension in the scenes got different when they were like, "Oh shit, I don't even know if I'm talking to the killer because it's not his voice."
Right, and I think it's like totally plausible for him to have a device that can do that. And then the second one, the big thing that I'm still torn on to this day is like the whole, and I think this is one of the main reasons people shit on this one, is the twist of him being her long lost brother and the architect of the whole thing and everything.
Well, that's the whole the 3rd one does that. That's
I know, and that's so on the one hand, I'm like, I get that it's kind of soap opera ish. I get that it is kind of a little silly, a little like you're moving some pieces around, like to really make that fit. But on the other hand, I really like the idea that, first of all, it's totally plausible that, there's nothing about it to me that's just like, oh, that couldn't happen. Like, no, it could have very easily happened that her mom had another kid, the kid grew up resenting her, set this in motion. Like, totally possible, I think.
It made sense because they did always talk about the rumors in Scream 1.
Exactly. Like, it was like, going back to the first movie.
Kind of like a horror or something like that. And
it tracks. It totally tracks.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
And I also just like it because, and this is kind of the issue I have with them doing more than 3, is I like the idea that at the end of this movie, because she has finally confronted the guy who started it all, who was the architect of the whole thing, like the nightmare is over. She can put it behind her. She can move on. She can finally start to heal. Like she's confronted the Ghostface entity and defeated it. I like that aspect of the story, and I like how that last shot of her looking at the door and just leaving it open and shit is kind of symbolic of that. I really like that a lot, and that's why I kind of have an issue that there are now 4 more after this, because it's like, okay, well, no, I guess she's just gonna have to keep dealing with this forever. I don't like the idea that there's no end to it for her, but
The Scream 7 trailer dropped recently too.
yeah, and I have gone out of my way not to watch it because I don't want to see anything from it yet. But
I watched it.
So, is it interesting looking at least?
I really could not tell you because the way it's cut, I'm like, this could just be a weirdly cut trailer, or this is just going to be like, what? Kevin Williams, I don't know. I don't know. Didn't Kevin Williams?
It's odd. It's different than 5 and 6.
It almost seems like it feels, yeah, that's the thing is it feels like a whole different direction for it. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
could actually be good or could not. I have no idea.
Yeah, it very
have to go in a direction, but
They did.
so
Well, they could have, I don't know. I feel like they could have hopped into like, I don't know, a different lane with this one, but I don't know. Who knows? They're going back to Woodsboro, it looks like. So
yeah.
I didn't mind New York City as a backdrop, though. That didn't piss me off.
But yeah, I think again, like to the people, you can't convince me this movie is worse than Scream 4. You just can't.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Oh no. This is like literally like
I
not
don't
bad.
even know why that's even like a.
I don't know what the rating on IMDb is so low. Like the rating was like 5.7.
yeah. I mean, literally, you ask any Scream fan, they'll tell you this is the worst one in the series by far, and I don't understand that.
I don't remember 4 at all. Really, I was gonna
I watched
rewatch
it for-
Are Courtney Cox and David Arquette like married? Not married in real life, but married in
Yeah,
canon in that one. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I've never seen one movie where they're actually together because they were fighting in this one too, and they kind
That's
of got
another thing in this one.
That's because
that
Dewey finally got the balls to stand up for himself, and I love Dewey in this one. Dewey is my favorite character in this.
Dewey looks badass in this one with the
Dewey's
So
the
sassy,
Yeah.
he's badass. He's the protector.
Yeah.
I love Dewey.
Dewey is the goat. I love the scene where he just fucking unloads on Ghostface from the hilltop. It's so cool.
Yep.
And yeah, he also, yeah, again, you could say like, oh my God, we're doing the thing again where he and Gale have split up and they're fighting at first, and then they get back together. I'll grant you, it was the way they did it was a little repetitive in this one, but they didn't linger on it for too long, and I like the interactions they had in this one too. Like their relationship has always been one of the most interesting parts of the movies for me, and I like seeing them explore it and all that good stuff. Homie's got a type because he went with her literal fucking actress in the movie as a rebound, and it's just like, all right, bro's
That's the
definitely
easiest rebound ever.
say what?
That's like the easiest rebound ever.
Supposed to be 100%.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but and also
Wild.
this one was weirdly I think it was interesting. The casting in this one was wild because you had fucking, like I said, Emily Mortimer in her little part. Every time
about her.
every time I watch the movie and that part happens where she's like, I did not fuck that pig just to get killed with a couple of second rate celebrities, I'm like, god damn, like she's
There was quite a few returning people to the cast in this movie.
And then we have Lance Henriksen playing Harvey Weinstein. I mean, just a random producer, not Harvey Weinstein at all. Just a random producer.
Oh my god.
The fact that this is a Miramax movie is a total coincidence. They didn't fucking do it on purpose. Definitely not.
Kenny McCarthy though, being in this too.
Like I said, the most hateable people are killed early, thankfully. So. Her in this one, and Jada Pinkett Smith in the second one.
Okay,
It's
and
like-
one dude I want to shout out. I had to look his name up. Josh Pice.
yeah, who's that guy actor who's in a lot of shit
I always like him because he's always smarmy as fuck. Like
every time.
but he plays it so well. So whenever occasionally he'll play out of type, and it's like, oh shit, you can do. You have.
You ever
range.
see the show Maniac?
Yes.
He was in that.
One with the one with Jonah Hill and Emma Stone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I think that was out of Yep.
One of the most fucked up scenes I've ever seen in my life is when Gabriel Byrne took a power drill to his head. That was fucking insane.
I love that show.
Love it to death. It's one of my favorite things to ever exist. But yeah, so I just want to I want to make a case here today for Scream 3. I want to say that Scream 3 is really good. I fucks with it hardcore. I love this shit. I think everybody's doing a great job. I think even though you don't have Kevin Williamson back, I think it's still a damn good script with a lot of funny jokes, a lot of good kills, a lot of good mystery, a lot of good commentary, as the other two movies had on horror movies and on just, the situation they find themselves in. And they have a lot of, there's a through line. I'm telling you, Matt, you kind of touched on it earlier with like how the first one connects to the killer in this one. There's a fucking through line. And I think that was Wes being here to be like, all right, because the thing about this franchise is Nightmare on Elm Street, he did the first one and then he fucked off, because he had no interest in continuing with it. He did New Nightmare, that was it. With this one, up until he died, he directed every installment. Like, it seemed to me he was more protective of this franchise than of Elm Street. So I think, it shows that every single one, it seems like there's a lot of care taken to make sure that, like, they're all connected, there's a through line, and a little touch that I like is throughout the entire movie, Sydney is wearing the fucking Greek letters that Jerry O'Connell gave her in the second movie, which I think is a very nice little touch to show like she's still thinking about him and she hasn't forgotten him yet.
It was a wonderful
addition
to the cast too.
Jerry O'Connell was one of the best parts of Scream 2. I think we can all agree on
I wanted to bring that up real quick. Fucking Jerry O'Connell in Scream 2 was great. The cameraman in Scream 2 was amazing.
Yes.
He was my favorite.
Oliphant was amazing.
Timothy Oliphant, Laurie Metcalf.
Laurie Metcalf is scary as fuck in that movie. It gets me every time. She looks like a psychopath in that movie. But yeah, I think, I'm glad we're all in agreement on this. I'm glad that we're all in agreement that Scream 3 is, in fact, I think, a pretty good movie. I mean, not a perfect movie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it doesn't have any flaws. But I truly never have understood why this one is so hated. It's one of those things where, because when I was a kid, obviously I liked it. But then I was like, when I got older and I was rewatching these, I was like, okay, am I finally going to start to not like these now that I'm a little older? Nope. I still love them I love it just as much as the other two. Those first three are just sacred to me. I just love them to death. Like I said, this franchise holds a very special place in my heart. And, that original trilogy, despite what they want to do afterwards, will always be golden. Shout out to the GOAT Wes Craven. Fucking, gave us something really special with these. And, this one in particular, I think was just, like I said, had a lot of good shit in it. There's a through line all the way through, which I can't necessarily say is there in the fourth one.
Can I spoil something?
Go ahead. What for? What?
The seventh, the latest.
Yeah, fuck it.
So part of the Comic-Con trailer that they got earlier or something like that, had Matthew Lillard's voice.
Yeah, I know he's in it. I don't know how. Scott Foley's coming back too.
So
I don't know how.
There's a reason you don't have no.
You know what I'm gonna say?
But it's full force in 7.
I have a big fucking guess right here, and I'm gonna put it on record. We're gonna keep this in the episode. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't give a fuck, but I could be right. If Scott Foley's in it and Matthew Lillard's in it, I think the killer is gonna use generative AI to bring back the other killers to fuck with her. I'm not even joking.
You could be onto something. I think you're onto something there, man.
In some form or fashion.
Even if it's not exactly that, I feel like
it's gonna be the voices over like the phone or something.
That's where I'm like, are they gonna do like the Scream 3 where they change the voices, or are they gonna straight up have like footage of them, like because they can bring them back visually? Let's say it's like AI generated footage that they're just using to fuck with you.
You are in the neighborhood.
I'm in Woodsboro.
Yes, you're in Woodsboro, exactly. But yeah, I think again, just I love Scream 3. I unapologetically love Scream 3. I'm glad we all feel the same way. And I think all I gotta ask is, hey Connie, how's Maury? I think she likes me, man. Legendary cameo from Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Literally fucking legendary.
Love it.
I had to like
It
stop
almost
it
makes
and
you
rewind
want
it.
them to be in the whole movie. Like it's
A
so
low
good.
key, like could we have
It
Jay
could
and
have been
Silent
in the
Bob
whole
scream?
fucking thing.
Like think about this. Jay and Silent Bob, Abbott and Costello type shit, but like instead of Frankenstein, it's Scream.
Oh my God. Okay, now I need that movie. Now I need that. Oh man. But yeah, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, and I think again, it's just yeah. I
And
I've said
I cannot
my
understate how
piece.
great Carrie Fisher's cameo is. Like,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
such a wonderful.
I
Because
love it every time.
yeah, fuck whoever got the Leia part in that universe, because she just fucked George Lucas.
Her line, that line she has where she's like, "Yep, I was in line for Leia, but the one who got the part was the one who slept with George Lucas." I'm just like, it would be funny to hear anybody say that, but to hear Carrie Fisher say those words is just chef's kiss. It's so
And she's
special.
also in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
She is,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm telling you, it's a cinematic universe.
The Scream universe and the Viewus universe are in
They're
the same.
in there,
And
yes. I'm
if there's a
telling
Venn diagram, it's the view, this Kevin Smith the Viewus universe, the Scream universe, and then Degrassi.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, Degrassi's
exactly.
a
You're
part of
right.
it. So
You're
yeah.
exactly right. And Dawson's Creek, I'll throw them in there too.
Yep.
Even though Vanderbeek is in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Fucking
They talk about
Vanderbeek
the creek.
and
Yeah.
Scary Movie. Vanderbeek and Scary Movie. So wild.
Yep, and he was in Scary Movie too.
And
Yep.
Sherry O'Terry in Scary Movie. Like I lost.
After we just saw her in Southland Tales, yeah.
And then
I have a whole, when we're done with the episode, I'm going to talk about Scary Movie a ton. I can't wait to discuss that with you both. But for now, we must leave Hollywood behind. We must leave Woodsboro behind. We have done everything that we can there. And now we must move on to Las Vegas. Because, my friends, Mr. Holler has chosen yet another threequel,
Another last minute pivot.
which I'm so happy about because not only did I not want to watch your original pick what so goddamn ever, but of all the things you could have pivoted to, this was probably the best thing you could have chosen.
Yeah.
Ocean's 13. Take it away, good
Woo!
sir.
Roll the dice,
last,
motherfucker.
the last film in the Ocean's franchise. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Not
You
even
got one
George
more coming,
Clooney.
motherfucker.
Nope.
You got one more
Ocean's
coming.
Nope.
14.
The last one.
We got one more coming. You know what, Jackson? I hope you speak it into existence. I hope that film goes through production hell. You got to dress up. Jackson has to dress up as Scream and go onto the Ocean's 14 set and create so much havoc that they have to shut down production
That's
because
what
people
I'm
are
gonna
dying.
do. Eat all
That-
the havoc that I can.
We're writing Scream 8 right now.
Literally.
Scream 8. Random. It has nothing to do with the Scream franchise. It's just a guy who puts on the Ghostface mask and ruins a production of a movie that he doesn't want to happen.
Yes.
Because
Which
I'm sick of
again,
the slap.
I can't point this out enough. Is both the plot of Scream 3 and the plot of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
There's so much connectivity between those worlds. Someone trying to fuck up a film set. I'm telling you. But go ahead, Sam.
Well,
The monkey was my favorite actor in Scream 3.
the
That's a
arrangement is
Silent Bob joke.
changing.
Indeed.
The arrangement is changing. Was changed. Actually, there was no arrangement. When I move, I move quick. And when I move, I slice like a goddamn hammer. Who am I?
Yo,
Where am I? Las Vegas. And I am Al Pacino in Ocean's 13, one of the greatest third films to ever enter a franchise. Fucking period. I don't want the labor pains. I just want the baby. And the baby from Steven goddamn Soderbergh. I don't know if this is the first time he is on this cast, and I cannot believe it's been this long because Jesus Christ, I love this.
I think this season we're going to see a lot of him.
I'm ready. I'm 100%.
I already know I'm picking. I said this before. I'm picking Schizopolis at some point.
That is on my YouTube page, by the way. I have a way to watch it for us.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Perfect.
Danger is my middle name, as one would say, but also as another would say, Viva la Revolution, because we have, boom, so many returning members. We got George Clooney, we got Brad Pitt, we got fucking Don Cheadle, we got Matt Damon, we got Elliot goddamn Gould, which is where this plot revolves around because he thinks that he's going to have a hotel that builds a legacy, keeps his name, but Al Pacino's a dirty, rotten fucking bitch, and he steals that away from him, as per my opening lines for this. And so the gang gets together. There's a lot more.
Through
Everyone
Sinatra's
returns.
hand.
Yeah, you
Whatever
don't.
Khan, Scott Khan,
Scott
amazing.
Conn.
Scott Conn. He's
Casey
my.
Affleck, say what you will, he is so good in this goddamn fucking movie.
Sam, can I bring up something real quick? You said the line "slice like a goddamn hammer."
Yeah.
I I hate. I was like, if I was Ruben, I would have just been like, "Are you fucking stupid?
Hammers don't slice.
Slice, you fucking moron."
That's why he lost.
What does that make you though?
That's why I had the heart attack.
Very unimportant person. God, this movie is hilarious.
The return of David Paymer.
Yes.
Yes.
Love it.
Oh.
It's a heist. And they're here to fucking ruin Al Pacino's big bank reveal. This would have been a perfect 4th of July episode kind of movie, because the soft opening, whatever that's supposed to mean nowadays,
I think
is
Lenny Pepperidge
on
knows.
July 3rd. Vincent Cassell.
He knows Ellen Barkin's soft opening.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yes, sorry. I just had to. I had to say. I had to make sure it was said.
She enters the Hall of Fame with this one, her third appearance on our show, after Daniel and Tender Mercies.
And
Andy Garcia returns as well.
Andy Garcia returns. Al Pacino returns. Carl Reiner's third appearance. A lot of returning people in this one.
Everything.
Adrian
Even
Brody's
in the last movie. God damn you. But yes, Elliot Gould, so fucking depressed, so depressed. He is rug pull, and to the point that he has a heart attack or a stroke or whatever the fuck. I think it's a heart attack. And is like in bed up until midway through the movie, where he makes a fucking wonderful reappearance when Brad Pitt has to make a quick stop that makes him late, because of a whole bunch of other bullshit. But the heist is to destroy this soft opening. We're gonna make this soft opening hard, and we're gonna fucking thrust all the way through it until the ground shakes, as Brad Pitt put it earlier in the movie. And so, what else are you gonna do other than have a fucking fantastic time with another goddamn Soderbergh Oceans film? And Oceans 13 brings that, wherever I fucking said it.
I will say this. I'm 99. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember Scream 3 exactly, but I know for a fact that Ocean's 13 and Spider-Man 3, and I'm pretty sure Scream 3, killer opening montages. I'm pretty sure. Like, Soderbergh just knows how to do it, but I think when you start a franchise, you got to start doing the opening montage.
Ocean's 13 and Spider-Man 3 came out the same year too.
That's wild.
I saw both in theaters in the same year then, because I saw
Spider-Man 3 in theaters, but not Ocean's 13.
My dad took me to see Ocean's 13, and I felt like an adult watching that movie in theaters, because I was like, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I fuck with it. Like, that's literally how I felt. I was like, I love the vibe. I don't know what's going on at all.
This is one instance where I actually, for once, have the best DVD, but I don't have it with me right now. I have the trilogy box set that comes with the playing cards and the dice, and I wish I had it right now so I could whip it out, because it would be fucking awesome to show.
I was jealous when I saw that in your collection. I was like, damn, you had the playing cards and the dice, bro.
Yeah. So
I do need to stress real quick before y'all get into it. Al goddamn Pacino had fucking every hotel winning those goddamn Diamond Awards, and I just need to stress to those fucks out there that think if you can open a hotel, you are not the Saguaro Inn 5 diamonds. You are not the Polynesian Monte Carlo 5 diamonds. You are not the goddamn Grand Sapphire Singapore 5 diamonds.
The fact that
Cinco de Montes. And you are not the Otamentau Crest Tahiti 5 fucking diamonds. But is the bank gonna be a diamond? No goddamn way.
The fact that you actually took the time to pause the movie at that part and write down the goddamn names of the
Yeah.
hotels is why this podcast is as good as it is. That's the commitment we bring to you all.
Hey, fucking.
I love Al Pacino in this movie. I don't know why I watched it on Christmas last year.
I think it's a festive movie. I
It's
think it
weird.
works for any holiday.
I'm gonna throw this out there and like, because I feel like this applies to all the movies we watched. I had the benefit of I already knew Spider-Man 3 was gonna be this way but Ocean's 13, rewatching that, and Scream 3, it was one of those things where like I remember not loving these as much as I did, and when I watched Ocean's 13 this time, I was like, damn, this is such a fucking good cap off. Honestly, for me, it's like now it's Ocean's 11, 13, and 12, and I like 12 too. I think 12 is hilarious. But like 13 just I also want to say this. All three of them are the funny ones.
I guess you're right in a sense. They
Because to
all
me,
have heightened
the
comedic
for,
element.
for me, this one, the funny the joke that pays off, but just was random as fuck, is when Brad Pitt and George Clooney are talking. He's like, "Are you watching Oprah?" And he's like, "Yeah," with a glass of wine. And they just stand there and straight up watch Oprah. And like, granted, that whole joke pays off at the end of the movie in a fucking great way. That is a great
Even
punchline.
without that, though, it's still hilarious.
Yeah, but just them standing there doing that is like,
Also,
okay,
like, their
they took the
behavior.
time to just like let you watch this. Like, I was literally like, this is minutes on the movie that you're just watching them watch Oprah, and I love it. I love it.
So I'll just say real quick, we're gonna have a through line here for this episode. Just like the Scream movies, the Ocean's trilogy was a series of movies that I got into around the same time. Also extremely dear to my heart, just like the Scream movies. I've seen them all like 100 times. And so again, deep attachment to these films. And let me tell you guys something. Ocean's 11 is widely regarded as a classic, a touchstone. Everybody loves it. Ocean's 12. One of these days, boys, one of these days, we're going to get that movie on here, and I'm going to defend the living shit out of it.
Oh yeah.
Because I love it.
11, 13, and 12.
I do not care what anybody says. That one is fucking great.
Oh wait,
But that is a subject for another day.
wait, Jackson, Sam, you know we have to do it. You know we have to do it. This is down the line. Save it for that one. We got to do the Julia Roberts special.
There it is, my friend. There's
Hell yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna save it for later, but we can do that at some point.
That'll be it.
Because then we
right
can
there.
tie in the Crisis and Six Slices and link that below and shit, and
Oh,
bring light to that.
God. There
We
go.
can even cut that into the episode. Honestly,
Notting Hill.
Like,
Yeah, we do.
I think we should
Hill.
just cut your scene into it.
Yep, we got to pick Notting Hill and then cut my scene into that.
Yes.
To that discussion. But
I'm
yes,
here for that.
so there's that. And then fucking Ocean's 13. Like I said, everybody loves the first one. Everybody unfortunately hates the second one, even though it's underrated as shit. And you know, I don't hear people talk about Ocean's 13 that much. It's just like no one ever brings it up. And I don't understand why, because this one is so goddamn good. I honestly think this one is almost as good as the first one. Like it's that good. Like it's so fantastic. It's so much fun. It's so funny. It's so well written. Soderbergh kills it behind the
Edited
camera.
well. Like
I mean,
well
the
as
editing
well.
is fantastic. He edited it as well.
Yeah.
I
Well, the
believe-
editing on all of them are great, but like this one, I don't know why I
He
was
didn't
like,
edit it. He was the
I mean, I'm
cinematographer.
talking about all three of the movies, but like this one especially, I noticed the editing was nuts because I was paying attention to all three frames when he would do the 3-frame thing.
Yeah.
I was really in tune with like my eyes were just darting around like, okay, what is he choosing? Like, damn, that's insane.
Well, you're a professional now, so you're paying attention to that shit.
I am. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I am.
But yeah, it's so like every time I watch this one, I'm like, fuck, I love this one so much. It's like so it just that feeling that these movies give you, where it's just a fun fucking heist movie. You love seeing the boys get together, pull off a heist, It's
Bernie
just
Mac.
rest in peace, Bernie Mac and Carl.
That's Jackson. That's why I know. That's why I agree with you. There isn't a fort. There
Thank you.
It's because it's Bernie Mac.
literally,
But if Bernie Mac was alive, it was fine.
my only reason, or at least the main reason, the number one reason why there cannot be an Ocean's 14. Bernie Mac and Carl Reiner are dead. It's off the table.
Okay, Carl Reiner is one thing. I think Carl Reiner can be worked in.
No,
And,
it's got to be all of them. It's got to be all of them. Nothing for me.
to me, well,
As
because
long
then
as we get
you
Matt
still have
Damon with
they
the
could get
giant
Rob in it
nose
though.
chasing a
Get Rob in
cougar,
it.
as
You know
Matt
what I
some
mean?
magazine said.
No, man, it's not the same. Saul's my
it's
favorite
lineage.
character. You
And he
can't
was
have
old to begin with. Like to me, it makes sense for him to be the first one to die of the
Even
group, and
start with
maybe
his
that's what brings
funeral
the group back
and
together.
take
Was
But that
place-
doesn't
his
mean I
death.
want to see one
Yeah,
without
could-
him in it. I mean, like, I don't
You
know.
could
You
even
need
start with
all
his
11.
funeral.
Yeah, I was literally
like
Sam's on it. Like I'm like, you start with his funeral, and if Bernie Mac was alive, it'd be fine. He's
Just
not.
because there's a
Nobody that's
narrative
beat
reason
Bernie
for
Mac.
it doesn't mean it makes sense to do it. Like, of course you can.
And if
take movies
Soderbergh
that-
came back, I mean, you can honor his memory somehow. Like make the
No.
whole thing about
Can't
honoring.
get on board with it. I can't do it. You got to have all 11. You can't do it without one of them. It just doesn't work. Especially, I mean,
And I don't disagree with you completely. I'm just trying to be rational about
you
it.
can do the same thing with Bernie Mac, but you shouldn't. I mean,
No, because Bernie Mac doesn't have a kid that we can just throw in.
he could. You could cast fucking some actor, Michael B. Jordan. or
No,
somebody as his
no,
fucking
no,
kid.
you can't do it. Has to be like literally his like that's why I'm saying Rob Reiner.
also in
Literally
Ocean's
his
14, we're
tie.
gonna get the
all
AI
family.
scene where Elliot Gould actually shakes Frank Sinatra's hand.
I
Okay.
would like
Screw-
to point out. I
Screw
would like to point
Sinatra's
out-
hand.
I would like to point out, by the way, this is the second Ocean's film we've had on the podcast.
And
Yeah.
it ties in.
We had the original on there.
Yep.
But
I will say this though.
31 seconds.
Oh shit, we're really close. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Okay. One last thing I will say. His name's Bob Einstein, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, love him. He
Yeah.
was fucking great
He
in
was
this.
great.
I mean, I think he was in the second one too, but
No,
like
it wasn't.
he wasn't. Oh, really? Then yeah, because they talk about his
No,
dad.
it's great because they spend the whole trilogy building up that Linus's dad is like this legendary con man, and they talk about him a lot, and this is the first time we actually finally see him, and it's
Yep.
like, oh, cool, it's Bob Einstein,
And it's weird because I know him from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And have you guys seen his one monologue from it that's like kind of like Loki famous? You guys got to see that. It's literally him making the dirtiest joke ever. And
That's
Jerry
funny.
Seinfeld it's like on the Seinfeld set, and Jerry Seinfeld's there, Larry David's there, and he's just saying this crazy ass joke. I'm gonna send it to you. It's worth watching.
That's hilarious.
For this especially, but that's all I know him as was Curb Your Enthusiasm, being like saying crazy shit, and then I'm like, oh, you're an actor, duh. Like,
Yeah.
You're playing yourself, sure, but he's just really his dry humor was really good.
All of
And-
the new additions to the cast in this one were great. Al Pacino is as good as ever in top fucking form in this movie.
He
So
deserves
hateable,
he makes so much
so
sense.
good. Yeah.
And then Andy
Damn.
Garcia coming back too, his whole role I thought was great because like I really like him.
Now
They-
you got to steal the diamonds.
Well, I would just like to say that this movie, the writing of this one, all three movies have fucking amazing writers attached. And this one is Brian Koppelman and David Levine, who are the creators of Billions, I must point out. So no wonder the script is so well written. And
he did Rounders too.
Say what? He did Rounders as well. That's what they did.
I love
Rounders. That's
Rounders.
right. They
Sorry.
also wrote Rounders, which is an amazing fucking movie.
Mhm.
And yeah, so everyone, and I can't, as much as I love 12, I can't say the same about 12. This one gave all 11 of them important parts and something to do and made them feel valuable. And I love that about it. Everybody has a part to play. Everybody is important at some point in the story. Every subplot doesn't feel wasted. It feels important. I swear to God, probably my favorite part of this movie, and there are a lot of parts that I love. I think probably my favorite part of this entire movie is the Casey Affleck and Scott Conn subplot down in Mexico. Every time I watch this, that shit floors me.
Plastic Works.
Okay, I will say this. I'm gonna stand on business. I love Brad Pitt and George Clooney's broship.
Mhm.
Scott Conn and Casey Affleck's broship is the best broship in all
It
the
is.
fucking like oceans, and it's honestly in history of cinema, I would put them in the top like 10, maybe even 5.
Yep.
The way they fucking are, they literally act like brothers. Like I don't know, and obviously Casey Affleck has brothers. I don't know if Scott Conn does, but the way they fucking act is like literally, I believe it. Like, I
Casey
want
has
to hold him to
definitely
it.
done this shit with Ben before. He definitely
Yep.
has. He's had these conversations with Ben before, I
And
promise.
Scott
I
Conn,
love the
I love
scene.
Scott Conn as an actor because he's almost, it's like one of those things where you're like, if I wanted James Conn in a movie, I just cast his son. But like, also, Scott has like a weird, different vibe than his
Well,
dad
that's what
does. Like,
the two
he has
scenes
a
where
less serious vibe.
when he's
I love
sitting
it.
on the piano and he finds out he has to go fucking talk to him because nobody else can talk to him the right way was like fucking amazing. And he had to go back to the restaurant and ask for the tips. But then the scene where Casey Affleck confronts at the hotel room door to ask him to evict 15 minutes.
Yeah, the way he's like standing
I
around,
love the
standing.
blocking too of Scott Conn being, but like facing the other way.
Facing the
I
other
love
way.
that
It's
shit.
so good.
The blocking in this movie is great. Like the fucking movement of the camera and the way like
Yeah.
people move in and out is just like that. I think low key, I want to say this in movies nowadays, especially blocking has not been well thought out in a lot of movies. You can tell.
It's funny you should say that because I just saw one recently we'll talk about after the cast where it's the best blocking I've seen in years in any movie.
That's the thing is when it happens nowadays, you're like, oh my God.
You notice it, yeah.
You notice it. Back in the day, it was just like, well, blocking is just blocking. That's just how the
Right.
fucking thing goes.
Right.
I feel like we lost that a little bit somewhere
And
down the
all
line.
three of these movies, because of the meticulous staging of it, you're balancing so many characters in so many different rooms, doing so many different things. You got to be mindful of the blocking. And I think in general, that's something that Soderbergh is good at. And a lot of his movies, because a lot of his movies have kind of big casts and a lot of subplots. But, these in particular are very good at that. And I also think one thing I have to shout out if we're talking about the technical aspects, the production design of this movie is fucking amazing. Like the design of the hotel I think is just like a lot of thought was really put into it. I thought it looked
The scene where
very
Pino
believable.
pushes that thing and it freezes, and it's like,
Yeah, and just like all the and like I was saying before, also, well, first of all, I just want to wrap up the that subplot. Every time, I swear to God, like not only is it hilarious, just Casey Affleck being like, "Remember Zapata." He said it is better to live on your die on your feet than live on your knees or whatever. And he's drinking. And my favorite part of that whole thing, I swear to God, is when they send Scott Conn down there to deal with him. And then they're like, all right, Turk, how's it going? We almost got management cracked, man. He's like part of it with him now. It's fucking hilarious. That whole thing is amazing. But
and
also,
the fact that it would cost so little to fix the problem, they were like, for each of them, okay, pay it, and then
yeah,
it's like, no,
yeah.
for all of them.
And I want to say this. Eddie Izzard in this movie, I love seeing him in movies and shit. He just fits so well in with
Yeah.
the cast. Like he literally, when you talk about additions, like he literally just blends so well into everything.
He was in
Like,
12, but that's what I like
he
is
was?
yeah.
Fuck, I haven't seen him in a long time.
But what I do like though is in 12, his part was a lot smaller. So in this one, he like becomes kind of a member of the crew, and his part is a good bit bigger in this one. So I like that they
Him
used
and
him.
When
a lot.
he's just chilling there, like when everyone's freaking out about the earthquake and he's just vibing.
Him and
Yeah.
Garcia are the
The 13.
the 12 and 13.
Because Julia Roberts,
Oh,
yeah,
that makes so much sense.
yeah. Because Julia Roberts didn't come back for this one, so they had to get another person.
Well, she couldn't play herself again.
Yeah. Because in 12, literally the only reason that whole thing happened in 12 is because she said she wasn't going to do the movie unless they wrote an actual big part for her in the script because she was only originally going to be in like the very beginning or the very end. So, which makes sense because why that part of the movie is so fucking intrusive is because she forced them to write it in or else she wasn't going to do the movie. But then this time they were like, okay, well, we're not going to write another dumbass subplot for you again. So just, we don't need you. Just, we're getting rid of you basically. But
though,
I mean, I would have liked it if she was in this, but I liked it. I like the way they wrote her out. It's not their fault.
Wait, did they? She's dead?
No.
I thought she had a part in Ocean's 8.
Well, no.
I didn't see Ocean's 8.
I didn't, and I never will. I refuse.
Ocean's 8 is not a thing.
No, it's not.
Ocean's 14 is like if they call it Ocean's 14.
Ocean's 8 for me is like you with
Then
Alan
sure,
Cumming.
but-
I don't acknowledge its existence.
Amen, brother. I'm with
This
you
is
on that
another
one.
movie, Jackson, where
Fuck that
you
movie.
have not seen the sequel.
Wait, what?
As in,
But
You're not calling Ocean's 8 a sequel, are you, Sam?
It doesn't exist. What are you
It's a
even talking
reboot.
about?
It's a
Sam,
remake,
I just
reboot.
said I don't acknowledge its existence.
It's
No,
not
no.
even like I don't care they reference the fact that Oceans happened in Ocean's 8. You can't go backwards.
Aquafina can go fuck herself.
You
I'm
you
not
can't
watching
call
it.
it Ocean's 8 and have it not be a prequel.
No,
I'm
because
not
the whole
denying.
thing was they were going to do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and it didn't fucking happen because nobody saw it. Because why
I'm
would
not
they?
denying you,
Nobody
Jack.
saw
But
the female
anyway,
Ghostbusters either. I don't know why they thought this one would work.
Exactly.
Sorry.
But
That's the
sorry to
truth.
bring it up.
but
Expendabells never happened.
now that
It
one I'm
did,
actually
though.
disappointed never happened. But in any case, no, in any case, um, I think again, every fucking added character, like I said earlier, Ellen Barkin, great addition.
Oof,
Al Pacino,
true
great
cougar.
addition. Fucking David Paymer, so goddamn like I love the payoff too, the literal payoff at the end when he wins. It's so great because you feel so
They
bad
really
for him.
did fuck him. They really did fuck him. And then
But
I
they
was like,
made it
that's
okay for him in the end. That's what I
exactly.
love.
That's why it's like, okay, $11 million versus like those 3 days of
Yeah,
weird
they
shit.
made
That
it worth his while.
Torture.
worth it. Yep.
They made it
The
worth his
rest of your
while.
life is set up after that.
Those guys, and then Julian Sands in a random small part as the guy that built the
Yeah.
Greco. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, rest in peace to him as well. And
We
yeah,
didn't
I
talk about
like how
Vincent Cassell.
everybody in this
Vincent
one.
Cassell in Ocean's 12 or Ocean's 11 though, with the jumping
Say what?
around shit. Sorry, I just had to bring up the
No,
Vincent Cassell scene. I think it was 11, Ocean's 11, where he's doing the
No,
laser
it's 12.
dance. That's 12?
Yep.
See, that's why 12 is so fucking good because it gave us the laser dance.
Exactly.
The
That's a
laser
goated
dance is like iconic to
Yeah,
me.
it's a goaded scene. It's
Yeah.
absolutely a goaded scene. And yeah, him coming back was cool too. I like how, again, it really all ties together with this one. It's such a great heist. The stakes are so real and it's personal this time. I like how they make it personal, where it's just like we're not doing this just to, I mean, I guess the first one was personal as well, but this one you're like, oh fuck Willie Bank, like Ruben, we got to get revenge for Ruben.
exactly.
It makes you really. I love the scene where they're all sitting down there and they're all just like, I got everything invested in this. I got everything invested in this too. And he's like, Danny goes, if it were any one of us up in there, Ruben would do the same for us. And I'm just like, the bond, there's no more iconic squad. Name a more iconic squad than this squad. You can't do it. Doesn't exist.
The
So,
Monster Squad, I don't know. Police
um,
Squad.
the Toon
I don't know.
Squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Goon
again, I
Squad.
just the
It's
the
so
bond between these
heartbreaking too.
guys is so
Getting all the
great. The
letters.
heist is so great. It's so much fun. And I love the little details too, like them adding backstory for Danny about like Ruben, when I was a kid, Ruben taught me to play craps right here on this bridge and shit. I just like them deepening their characters and their relationships just a little bit. So many great little details in this one. Not a second wasted, even though, like you said, Matt, that scene where they're watching Oprah, not one of those seconds is wasted because it's
No,
fucking
it's not.
hilarious.
It's not like I
And
wasn't
I
saying it
just
was
like
wasted.
it.
You just think about it. Like when I was sitting there, I was like laughing, and then it kept going on, and I was like, this goes on longer than I remember, and I was like,
I was actually
they are
laughing really
using
hard
minutes on this.
just
It was
because
meant
like
to.
the image of Danny just like crying, like they're they're building them a new home. It's fucking
Yeah.
hysterical. Like,
And then
oh,
again, the payoff on that joke, because again, I forgot about the payoff that he, is like, and we're donating your cut.
yeah,
I forgot about that. So, and I was like, oh shit, this whole thing does pay off. It's not just a random like moment.
yeah. And I like it too
So,
because I mean I remember that because that's one of my favorite lines in the movie. You think this is funny? Well, Terry, it sure as shit ain't
shit ain't
sad. It
sad.
just walks out.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah,
Can I say this? So I heard this is one of the things I've heard about. So one, Jerry Weintraub produced this movie.
and he's
He
in
is,
it.
yeah, and he's in it. He's one of the high dealer. He's in all
Yep.
of them, I think.
He was in
So
12 as well. Yeah,
yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he was also in 11, but I could be wrong. But dude is a goated producer. That man knows how to fucking produce a movie. R.I.P. to him.
yeah.
He's dead.
Made
Uh,
made some dumb decisions, but honestly like understood how to produce a movie right, produced these movies very well.
yeah,
Was one of the guardians of this trilogy for sure. So
yeah. So I just want to bring him up. And also, I heard on set they pranked each other all the fucking time.
yeah,
And I just love hearing those stories because in my head, I'm just like seeing those guys prank each other
yeah.
is the funniest shit ever.
I,
And one of the
I
stories, which I don't know if it's from 12 or 13 or 11, I honestly don't know. But one of the behind the scenes stories is they were all on a yacht, like promoting the movie.
it was 12.
And 12, and they all wanted to take a picture. And I can't remember who it was, but everyone took off like their shirts, and I think Brad Pitt was just ripped, and Matt Damon just took off his shirt and was just not, but just did not give a fuck either.
I love
Or
Matt
something like
Damon
that.
in this movie so goddamn much.
Yeah,
His
he's so
cougar
good.
line,
The nose
the
plays.
nose.
And then the Gilroy being a reference apparently to Tony Gilroy, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was a reference to Tony Gilroy for some reason.
Could be.
And I'm like, but like, does that man just smell good? That's why I was like, if it's a reference to him, it's just,
We gotta ask. We gotta ask him. But
you wouldn't have to ask if you got near him.
good point.
Yeah, in 5 seconds.
I love how what was I gonna say? Oh, Linus is the fucking Rodney Dangerfield of this crew. 'Cause he don't get no fucking respect. And I'm goddamn, it makes me mad every time I watch these, especially by the time we get to this one. He is one of the most indisposable
The day with
parts
the plan
of
bring
the
Andy
crew.
Garcia.
And they still don't respect him whatsoever.
But
And it's-
he has to be there though, because his job is super important. Nobody else does what he
Where
does.
he's on the
they
phone with
wouldn't
his
be able to
dad.
There's
do it
two of
without him.
Casey Affleck and Scott Kahn.
I love the scene where he's on the phone with his dad with George and Brad in the same scene before they get shown the card trick, and it's just like so fucked.
Yeah.
And they just like kind of shrug it off, but like they acknowledge that he has a rough relationship with him. And
One of my favorite
I just
parts
want
of
to point
every
this out
movie
for
is
5 seconds. You're gonna see this in the cut. My light just came back on, so
yeah.
you're seeing me get dark, and it pops up in the mirror. So you're gonna see this in the cut.
I can
just
see
wanna
it.
I want to point this out.
true.
You're gonna see it pop off, and you're gonna see me point up to it, and that's you're just gonna know that's when it pops back on. And I'm just not doing
You're
anything.
telekinetic. We've covered this already.
yeah,
I think the lights are like what do you call it? Like sensitive to our opinions.
instead
So
of
he doesn't like it to
It's
start
been
going out.
happening a lot lately, so you may be right. But I also, one of my favorite, like I said, Saul is my favorite character out of all of them. And watching him put on a disguise and do an accent every movie is always one of my favorite
off
parts.
the wig in the stall.
Kensington Chubb, I say. I just love hearing him do the British.
I love when he.
Yeah,
I love. And then the funny shit is too when
did the buddy
the
cry.
two when the two girls are on the bridge and then they get the call from Saul and they're just like, "Hey, Saul."
I love that scene so goddamn much.
Like the fact
Yeah,
that
sure,
it's him
Saul.
calling the. Yep.
I literally
It's
made the joke when I was watching it. I was like, Saul's got hoes in different area codes. I love it.
Amen, dude. I mean, I like you guys said, I really fuck with this movie and more so than I ever expected to before.
Yeah, this one I remember because I watched it again a couple years ago, and I remember on that rewatch, it was like, wow, like I knew I loved this one, but I didn't remember it being like almost as good as the first one. So now every time when I see it, I expect that to be the case, and it was this time. So I'm like, yeah, this one fucking slaps hard as shit. I love it. I also love that they let Don Cheadle tone down the bad Cockney accent this time to the point where you can't really hear it as much. And I love the scene where he's like in his office trying to keep him away from the screen and everything. That's a lot of fun. But
the American
yeah,
flag outfit.
yeah, exactly. It's the whole thing is just great.
One of my favorite lines from it is when they're talking about the introduction of Ellen Barkin. Not Ellen Barkin. Another name forgotten. But where they're like they hire them as models so they can do their appearance, and George Clooney's like, it's cruel practice or whatever. I'm just like, what the fuck? And it does the job of just sucking you in, and every line they say, you're just more and more invested and just chugging along and getting to where you're like, we're here.
That's why, okay, Soderbergh not doing Ocean's 14 is a sin because he's the only one that can do it. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like, literally, like, I mean, obviously, the fact that Bernie Mac and Carl Reiner are in it, yes, that sucks. But, like, the fact that Soderbergh isn't even like, I want to come back for it, and then or if he is,
not only that, but Soderbergh has
Look it up.
explicitly said he has no intention of ever doing another one because the story is done, and I agree with him.
then why is Clooney and everyone else on
Because
board?
the only reason this movie is happening is because Clooney wants it to happen. He's the one who's been pushing for it. He's the one who wants to get it made, and that's the only reason it's happening. Soderbergh
He
has
could
said
do
he doesn't.
8,000 other movies. This guy could do whatever he wants. He's not. It's not for the money.
No, it's
No,
because he just
that's
wants
the
to
issue.
do it.
It's not even for the. It's literally just because he wants to. And I'm like,
He
dude,
just wants
that's
to
like
do it. And that's the only reason it's happening.
I mean, at least I'm not mad at him because I'm like, oh, you're just doing this for the money. It's like, oh no, you really want to do it, but like, also, dude, you do from Dusk Till Dawn fucking 4. I don't give a fuck. Go back to that shit. Just don't do this.
I really, again, I don't acknowledge the existence of Ocean's 14. I just no.
I'll see it if everyone else is in there, but I will go in with
apparently I looked it up, and Cheadle, Damon, Julia Roberts, Clooney, and Brad Pitt are the 5 so far confirmed to return.
Okay.
I'll go see it. I'm just gonna be like defensive about it, probably.
I'm not watching it. I just don't care. I didn't see Ocean's 8. I'm not seeing this.
Ocean's 8.
If Carl Reiner and Bertie Mac were alive, and you got all of them back, the 11 plus Julia Roberts and Andy Garcia, and you got Soderbergh back to direct, I would be curious. But
I think it would make. I think I wouldn't even be curious. I'd just be like, bet another banger. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like another heist. Like literally, it's just another heist.
There would be a part of me that would be worried that they're not. It's been so long, they're not going to recapture the magic. They're just doing it for a paycheck. But I'd be interested. I'd be excited.
Mean to will it into existence, but I every time you mention just both of them, I'm like, Elliot Gould's still alive. Fuck.
He sure is, man.
Better be
old as shit, but God
bless him.
Yeah, God bless him.
If he didn't say God bless him,
speaking of Liev Schreiber, Ray Donovan, Elliot Gould, Liev Schreiber. Boom,
yes,
boom, connection.
You're right. You're exactly right. Two Ray Donovan actors. But now, my friends, I think we have sufficiently covered Ocean's 13. Do we have any final thoughts?
I love this movie. And it's another wonderful addition. When I was like really going through all of Al Pacino's filmography, this one I finally went through and hit this one. It was so good.
I appreciate it so much more. It's like, again, I feel this way about all 3 movies, and we'll get to this one in a second, but these are solid trilogies.
Yeah. Which, controversial opinion, the big reason why I chose this was not only that I threw it on and Pluto TV had it on, but the big reason I chose this and pivoted so hard was not only because it was on Pluto TV and I loved watching it. It was so fun. But because I almost picked Godfather Part 3, but I did not want to sit here and go wild about that because that's a whole other can of worms. But that's
another one I'll get on here and defend.
But my argument is that it is my favorite Godfather movie, and so that is the can of worms that I was not ready to crack open. And so I got Pacino, and we're gonna go.
I love how the meme of the end of that movie of him crying has become a big thing now.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a big meme I've seen a lot recently, and I love it.
Yeah, my favorite Godfather is Godfather Part 4.
My favorite Godfather is This Is Not the Godfather XXX.
Yes.
But great movie. Fucking love it. That's what else can we say? But now, my friends, we've been to Woodsboro and to Los Angeles. We've been to Las Vegas. But now, my friends, the next chapter in our ongoing saga is about to unfold. You see, it's been almost a year since we featured Spider-Man 1 on this podcast. And now, almost a full year later, we bring to you Spider-Man 3, which was Mr. Patterson's pick. And there he is.
Dun, 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 dun. I find my phone to be playing it now. That was part of my bit was going to be playing that at random points, and I don't have my phone to do that now, so I'm fucked. That was part of my bit, though, for this one.
But yes, Spider-Man, I'm so glad you're here because this is a full circle moment if ever we have had one. Our very first bit in the history of this podcast was in the Thanksgiving special last year when you dressed up as Spider-Man. So welcome back, Mr. Parker. How are you today?
I can or cannot deny or confirm that I did not hit Mary Jane, much like the other comments.
Did you sexually harass Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man?
We are not going to talk about that. The upside down
Spider-Man. Do you think all your actions are caused by the blackface of your costume?
We need answers,
Well,
Spider-Man.
We need answers.
let's just say that when I put on the face, I feel like my true self, my really, really. Oh, my glasses just fucked up. Personal self, the one that doesn't take no shit, the one that doesn't care about the people in his lives, the one who loves getting fed cookies and milk while on the telephone with other people, the one who does not use the ring given to me by my Aunt May. I give a little tss, if you know what I mean. And that is where go to church. If you don't know where you're at in life, go to church.
Go to church.
Well,
God,
boys,
I want you to kill Peter Parker.
now that Spider-Man has said his piece, I think I'll take over this.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Matt. Take it away.
This fucking movie. All right, guys. So we covered Spider-Man already. We're skipping over Spider-Man 2, where he makes his bona fides and he is
My favorite one.
cementing him.
My
Yeah,
favorite
the best,
one, the best one.
Yeah, no, it's the best one.
Yeah.
No, hands down.
Funny enough.
And next year we're going to talk about it, boys. Next year.
We will, because we're gonna do Spider-Man once every year until we're done, at least with the trilogy. But anyways, yes, we're skipping over Spider-Man 2, which is the best one, and we go to Spider-Man 3, which again was a movie that I did not care for a lot as a kid. I wish I had my DVDs out, but goddamn, do I respect this one so much more now. This one is the funny one of the three. There's so much going on in it, and there's actually a lot of there is some bad, but there is a lot of good. And anyways, so you're Peter Parker, right? You know, your friendly neighborhood. Well, you know. And guess what? Some things were going bad, but everyone likes me now. And you know,
They
the
love
city's
me.
safe. And I guess I have something to do with that. Uncle Ben would be proud if he were alive. But you know,
And
and
if Uncle Ben's rice still existed, rest in peace.
R.I.P. And God forbid a white boy have a little motion in this fucking city. That's the truth of this movie is God forbid a white boy have a little motion. Because man, he's doing good. His girlfriend's in a fucking like a stage play. She's one of the main stars. But you know, and you're at work, you're doing your best. You're at school and you're doing your best. You got Dylan Baker returning in the podcast as his teacher.
Second week in a row.
Yep. And then we got James Cromwell coming back as well as James or Gwen Stacy's dad.
Many returning stars.
This whole
Tobey
episode.
Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, all kinds of people.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Rosemary Harris, all kinds of people.
Yep. I'm going from like the random cameos.
Almost everyone just fucking went up one this episode.
Willem Dafoe is tied with Philip Seymour Hoffman now.
Hell yeah. I mean, in this movie, like, well, I didn't even get into the plot of this movie. Still, basically, you're Spider-Man. Everything's going well. Your girlfriend's a fucking Broadway star, right?
For one night.
Eat skeet, yeah, for one night. We'll get there. And guess what? Your best friend is now Little Goblin Jr. You gonna cry? Cry? Oh my god. And you're fighting him, and homie bonks his head. He bonks his head, and guess what? He don't remember he's Goblin Jr. anymore. He's just little happy. Like literally James Franco's fucking mannerisms when he's like the nice guy is just like, I'm doofy, you know, like I love it. It's stupid as hell.
Was I the only one who, like, when they were doing CPR on James Franco, like with the chest pumps, like imagining James Franco with like a and then the thing chest pops open like out of James Franco and their arms go in and then he fucking claws them in and that's just the first thing that came to mind.
That's an interesting
I'm
thought.
not gonna lie, no, I did not.
I didn't either, but that's an interesting way to go with it.
I am the only one. The things Spider-Man thinks
While you're hanging on the side of a
While you're
church.
website,
I'm literally like,
and you're like, and you just look at yourself and you go, "This is something else."
I'm doing the Dracula crawl on the ceiling, and I'm just like, this is something else.
So we're gonna subvert a little bit from Spider-Man because Spider-Man's dealing with all his problems. He's got the Hobgoblin now, his friend. He's got his friend back, and then on the other side of the city, you got Thomas Hayden Church as a Sandman, escaping the fucking doing a prison break, falling into a goddamn molecular thing that fucks his whole body up and makes him the Sandman. And not only is that whole thing happening, but he's got like a family and a kid, and he's trying to make sure his kid, who's like kind of fucked up and like needs medical assistance, is trying to get fed. And so you don't hate him as much. But at that same time, there's this thing that falls from space with the meteors, because I forgot that Peter and Mary Jane were watching a meteor shower. And so also at the same time, Venom, his little symbiote shit falls in from a meteor.
They ain't gonna know what hit them.
We got three plots going on at least. We got three villains for 3 for 3. We're gonna end it on three villains for the three movies, the third one. Because you got James Franco, who is a villain in the beginning, and then you got Venom and you got Sandman. That's the three. Granted, at the end, James Franco becomes a good guy.
And then arguably Mary Jane is kind of a villain in this movie too, but that's neither here nor there.
She is, but so is Bully Maguire too. So
I
we
cannot
got
confirm or deny whether or not I hit Mary Jane.
I
you know
saw
what?
it.
There's a fifth villain in this movie,
Who's
and it's that damn door. You'll get this rent when you fix that damn door.
There you go.
You know what?
True villain of the movie.
I didn't notice it before, but when I watched it this time, I went in the theaters specifically. I did watch it again today, but when I watched it in theaters, I noticed that door is fucked up. Like he literally every time he goes to pull, he has to yank it up.
The doorknob, it comes
every
off
time
and he pushes it, and the other one falls out.
Yeah, there is literally never
here's the thing that I just.
And I was like, I noticed
really
that now, and I was like, I appreciate this.
Here's the thing that I just want to say really quick, since you bring it up. I think it's hilarious how most, if not all, of the scenarios where Black Suit Spider-Man / Bully Maguire goes after somebody is completely justified. Like he's very justified being pissed off about the door. He's justified about exposing Brock for being a liar. He's justified for being pissed off at Harry for what he did for Mary Jane. Now the way he goes about it every time isn't right, but he's at least justified for being angry about it.
Yes.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
110% I agree with you.
When
and
he finds out that the detective has not done anything about the fact that they knew that this dude was the actual killer of his uncle.
Well, he wasn't Black Suit Spider-Man yet at that point. But yes, you're correct.
He was still pissed.
Justified.
But they talk about, that's why I think that scene is great because Sam texted me this too, which is true. Dylan Baker says it adopts the aggressive personality traits of its hosts. And you see that aggressive personality trait before it even affects him.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this movie is a lot more valid than I thought. I really enjoy. I think it is the funny one because I want to say this. When he's Black Suit Spider-Man and he's fighting James Franco, the fucking jazz score under their fight, as they're, doing it, I was like, I appreciate this scene 10 times more than I did. Because I thought it was funny unintentionally. And the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no, this is all pretty intentional.
And the way she kissed me, it was just like she used to kiss me. Tasted like
strawberries.
Strawberries.
I gotta zip this down and do my thing.
And then Bruce Campbell, of course, being in all three. Bruce Campbell being in all three.
Yeah, yes. By far his best cameo in all three of the movies, in my opinion. By far, he is so goddamn good in this. I love it.
Yep. With the fucking ring, and he's like,
I do love the ticket.
Actually, it's Parker. That is what that said.
Yeah. Yep. Dude, yes.
God tier. I love it.
But the James Franco scene with the diner waitress when she's like, "How's the pie?" and he's like,
"So good,
delicious." The line reads. Dude, the thing is, I will say this: this is probably the most memed out of all three Spider-Mans.
Oh, by far the most.
Most. Like there is literally a fucking quote for anything for
Bully
like
Maguire
there's
alone is like one of the biggest memes ever at this point. But
I noticed the extras in the background when he's doing the dance in like the street. Some of them like look back like, oh, he's hot, and then some people look back at him like, what the fuck is
most
wrong?
of them are looking at him that way. Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
like this fucking weirdo.
Yep. And I was just like, that is, I did not notice that at first. I always thought
I
they were
love
looking
it
back like,
because before No Way Home, I rewatched these and the Andrew Garfield movies to prepare for that. And I watched these ones, the Toby ones with my mom. Neither of us had seen them in a good minute. And when that part came up when he's dancing in the street, I just remember her going like, "Okay, so these are a bit different than the new ones, huh?" And I was like, "Yep." She's like, "This is not the Spider-Man I know." And I'm like, "Well, this is the OG one right
yeah,
here."
this is Spider-Man.
But
I
well, we
because I
got
saw this in
three.
theaters too. I
Same.
got to see this in theaters, so like it was, and I remember walking out disappointed as a kid. I'm not gonna lie, I was not
we need
like
this
I didn't hate it.
weekend.
I was just kind of like I don't
Well,
know.
we'll get it.
I will let you guys take it away. Uh, I enjoy the movie. Do I think the ending is a little fucking like doesn't really stick the landing? Kind of. I don't think the ending sticks the landing completely, but
It's
I
so
love the beginning. Like I love everything else.
it's so insane that the first hour and 43 minutes of the movie don't really even have like venom, and like the actual climax of this movie does not well, show up until an hour and 40 fucking something minutes into this movie. But I love it so goddamn much. Every fucking aspect changed me as a child, changed me when I rewatched it the last time, changed me once again. It is so good. Down to the fucking scene where Thomas Hayden Church has the little locket of his daughter and he just fades into the
Iconic.
and goes away. It's a tearjerker. It's a to culmination. It's to the point. It's where the first two set you up to be. It's where you needed to go. It's where you had to fucking like evolve these characters in. But it also makes you just be like, wow, it's only been like a couple years for these people, because like how Toby is talking about how he doesn't like he he's not even living in the same place as Mary Jane. Technically, as you put it, Matt, she's just some bitch he knows.
Yeah.
And so like and the fact that he isn't paying attention to like her problems, and the fact that she can't admit to him that she got fired, which is a very real thing for like people to be going through in a relationship. And so like it's really crazy how fucking realistic this movie is, given the backdrop of being a superhero movie in this just fantastical world. And it holds a very special place in my heart. Good movie.
Well, boys, I saved this one for last for a reason. Because there's a through line, as I said, with all three of these films. We got Scream 3, which is hated even though it's a banger, and it doesn't deserve the hate. And it's dear to me. We got Ocean's 13, which isn't talked about enough, even though it's one of the best movies in the trilogy. It even almost rivals the first, and it's a banger, and it's dear to me. This one, boys, more than any of them, is both very dear to my heart, because I saw it in the theater at 10 years old in 2007. And this entire trilogy, the Sam Raimi trilogy, as it is to everybody our age, is incredibly dear to me. Massive part of my childhood. Like I said in the Fantastic Four special, those and these were the two sets of superhero movies I watched more than any other as a child. And this was a big one for me then, and it's a big one for me now, boys, because let me tell you something. I fucking love this movie. I know everyone likes to shit on it. I know everyone likes to say it's the pariah of the trilogy, but god damn it, I don't care. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to make a case today. I failed to do it in the Fantastic Four special because someone was jabbing me in the throat the entire time, not to name names.
Was it me?
But today,
Who knows?
today, I am going to make the case for Spider-Man 3. Fucking, this movie is so goddamn good. I mean, not all of it. Again, like Scream 3, there are problems. I think there are actually some parts of this movie that are extremely structurally unsound. But like for Scream 3, 90% of the movie fucking works very, very well. It's that other 10% that does weigh it down a bit, but even those parts, there's something to it that still gets you invested, you know, as much as it doesn't work. So here's the thing. The direction, the writing for the most part, the performances, the character progression, a lot of it works. I love the symbiote story. Sandman is such a great villain. Thomas Hayden Church does such a great job. Bryce Dallas Howard is a great addition to the cast as Gwen Stacy. I like the whole idea of him finding out that Uncle Ben's killer is still out there. I like the themes of him being corrupted and the revenge and him giving into his darker instincts, all that shit. It works so well. The action is great. The scenes where he has to fight the Sandman are fantastic. The score in this one, despite it not being Danny Elfman like the first two, fucking slaps. The Sandman theme slaps. The Black Suit Spider-Man theme slaps. Yeah, all of it just fucking, it works. I love all of the returning players. Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, J.K. goddamn Simmons is as good as ever. One of the funniest scenes in any of these movies, gets me every time, is when Elizabeth Banks keeps hitting the button and shaking his desk. It's so goddamn funny. Every time I watch it, it kills me.
I'm thinking about the scene where he has to print the retraction and he's just so fucking upset about it.
Yep. And I also think, again, even the scenes that don't work, I see what they're trying to go for. And in most of the scenes, I appreciate it, even if the execution isn't perfect. But you appreciate what they're trying to do. And, Matt, to your point, I like the end because I remember when I rewatched these a couple of years ago before No Way Home, that was the first time I'd seen them in at least a decade at that point. It had been a long goddamn time since I'd sat down and watched these. And I remember, like, watching them all in a row, when I got to 3, the number one thing I was thinking to myself was like, I mean, I knew what happened, but I was still sitting there thinking to myself, like, these two have to make it work. Like, even if it's uncertain, even if it's ambiguous where their relationship is at, the movie has to end with the two of them at least deciding that they're going to try to make it work. Because their relationship is the heart of this trilogy. It's the thing that you're the most emotionally invested in. And so that last scene where they just embrace each other and they're dancing, it lets you know you don't know exactly where they're at or what they're going to have to do to make it work, but they're willing to try. They're not just going to walk away from each other. And I appreciate that.
That's not the issue I had with it. I felt the whole Sandman, Venom, like, team up with the, you know, I felt like that was a little too quick. And maybe, I honestly, the thing is like, I wouldn't mind it just being like 2 scenes longer. Like, literally, maybe just some more build up to like them kidnapping her or something, or like some.
Well, it's funny you should mention
probably
that.
Deleted scenes.
Yes,
like,
there were quite a few deleted scenes that didn't make the cut.
And so that's why I'm just like, I don't think it was an issue of like they had intended it this way. It's just like the way it got cut kind of screwed up that it felt rushed to me. That's my issue. It just felt rushed.
And that's understandable because I think it works, but you're right. There could have taken a little bit more time to have that happen. But again, as far as the flow, I also want to say I maintain Topher Grace is a perfect Eddie Brock. He's just not a good Venom. That's my thing. He was miscast as Venom, but I think as Brock, he crushes it. He does such a good job of being like the smarmy dickhead reporter. Yeah. He just sells that so well to me. It's just when you get him in the Venom suit and his you know, fucking testicles haven't dropped ass voice, you know, trying to be Venom.
With the little fangs in the neck.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I mean, it's better than Tom Hardy playing him like a crackhead, but, you know, that doesn't make it good necessarily. And I think his Brock
for Grace though.
I think his Brock is better than Tom Hardy. I'm just gonna say that. I mean, you know, because again,
I mean, they're two different Brocks. Like this is like fuckboy Brock, and Tom
That's
Hardy
crackhead
like,
Brock.
grungy. Yeah, I was gonna say grungy, but crackhead
yeah,
works.
that's how he plays him in those movies for some fucking reason. And again,
I guess he harkened back to his original crackhead era with the Venom symbiote. He was like, "Oh, if I'm affected by something,
yeah,
like addiction." I don't know. That's where
but
I'm gonna go.
I still say that works. I think again, a lot. So here's where it falls short. The number one problem with this movie to me, as much as the rest of it works, every scene with the Peter and MJ relationship storyline doesn't fucking. It's so contrived in so many scenes. And again, I appreciate what they're going for, but it doesn't. There are so many scenes where either it's not coming off the way they're meaning it to, or like Mary Jane it's been made fun of to death. How in each of these movies, her actions are very questionable, and I think, you know, in this one in particular, it's just like, I mean, the joke has been made. She cheats on somebody with somebody else in every movie in this trilogy, and this one is no different. Where it's just like, okay, because I get the point is they're trying to make it that like Peter is being selfish and not focusing on her, but it doesn't come off that way because there are only two scenes where that's the case, and in both scenes, to me, it didn't come off that way whatsoever. Because the first time, she's just being unreasonable because she tells him about the bad review, right? And then he's trying to help her. Like, he doesn't do anything wrong in that scene. I know that was their intention, but he doesn't. He's literally just trying to relate to her and saying, like, hey, look, I know what you're going through, you know? I have this happen to me all the time. You'll get through it. That's what you do when somebody comes to you for help. You try to relate to them the best way you know how and say, hey, you know, I get what you're going through. I've been there. You'll get through it. Don't worry. And that's what he does. And she literally goes, this isn't about you. This is about me. Try to understand how I feel. And I'm like, that's what he was doing.
There's only room for one star in that relationship.
I guess so.
I would say, like, his neighbor, Regina Tova, or whatever her name is pronounced, like, she is the way better relationship.
She's the one he should have ended up with.
That's what right there.
She made him cookies.
Yeah, like literally, you put a ring on that.
For real. Not Gwen, not MJ.
No matter what.
Ursula.
Like, not paying rent over dealing with some fuck-ass redhead that is just causing problems, sleeping with your best friend.
Yeah, the landlord ain't gonna make you pay rent if you're keeping his daughter.
And to your point, Sam, she is living in the same building as him, unlike MJ. So what does that tell you?
He's not just some bitch, you know.
Exactly.
This is a in the mood for love situation.
There you go.
And he was in the mood. He was in the mood to fuck.
That episode. But that episode, by the way, deserves more love. It hasn't gotten a lot of views. Go check that out, everybody. But yeah, so that scene just doesn't work. And then the scene in the restaurant, again, I'm like, I get what you're going for, but it's not enough for me to be like, Peter's being unreasonable. Like, he's really not. I mean, like, it's not enough for her to justify her making out with Harry. And, you know, and the scene where he makes out with Gwen is the only scene in the movie to me where he does anything that's, like, genuinely bad or over the line, like, as regular Peter. And it's so out of nowhere. That's what I'm saying. It's so contrived. I'm like, why would that character would not behave that way?
I do absolutely love the editing in the scene where Franco and her are cooking dinner together and they're having fun. The music
doing the twist, like, yeah.
It builds it so hard.
I've always wanted to make an omelet.
The other guy,
I don't know how to make an omelet. I've never made one.
Yeah. I'm gonna do.
Don't bring up omelets. I'm traumatized.
Also, why the fuck if sorry. When he told Bernard to get food, why did Bernard get a fucking omelet? That was his, like, yeah, make an omelet for dessert. I mean, honestly, low key, genius move, big head move on his part, but
I'll
also
talk
like,
about that motherfucker in a
Didn't make
minute.
me want pizza or
you think like if you said get food, you just get like dinner, not breakfast or dinner, but like also smart move though.
But I'm gonna do a riff on a bit that Matt did in a previous episode.
okay.
Mary Jane is the true villain of this movie. She's fucking worse than Venom. Do you know why? Because, just like Laurie Holden in the Fantastic Four, who was the true villain of that movie because she put the ring down on the ground where the Thing couldn't get it.
But
She could have fucking told Peter. She could have fucking told Peter on the bridge, hey, Harry is right over there and he's threatening to kill me. And go get him, Peter. I know you can take him probably. It'll at least be a fair fight even if you can't. But she didn't say shit. She didn't say a goddamn thing, even though there was nothing Harry could have done at that point. Because she's just, I don't know. It's just the amount of unreasonable actions that happen in this movie. And so many of them come from her, I have to point that out. It's just like, what are we doing here? That scene pisses me off every time I watch it. I'm like, literally just tell him what's going on. But no. Gotta go through the whole process, the contrived-ass process of fucking, you know, I don't love you anymore and I want to move on and blah, 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 blah. But I will say this, weirdly enough, at the same time, that scene still hits me in the feels every time. I'll give it credit for that.
See, that's the issue. Is
something
like
to
I
be
agree
seen.
with you, but like also
I'm
I can
sneezing 'cause
I
someone's
can
talking about me.
see where she's coming from. That's the issue. Is like I can kind of I'm not completely like she's super invalid, but also she's being like shallow as fuck.
Yeah. And why doesn't she tell him about the play? That doesn't make sense to me either. Like,
I get
come on.
not telling him, and then he kisses Gwen, and then so she's mad at him. But like, confront him.
Okay, I
and
will
bring
say
it
that.
up.
I will say that the Gwen kiss was the big like you fucked up, and I think
Yeah,
that
I agree. He's
was
out
the
of
only
line,
time
but
where
it
it's like, bro,
doesn't
you
make.
fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Like in those scenes, the writing just feels so contrived. Like the writers are just bending it whichever way they want to create drama, and it doesn't feel earned.
Because how
Like
does he not realize that's like not like cool? You know, like
exactly, I'm like he
and he
wouldn't
plays
do
it off
that.
like yeah, like
He
well,
wouldn't do that, especially since, like, she's valid in the sense that, like, he knows who she is, too. It's not just a random girl, it's his lab partner.
That's the
And
struggle
I'm just
of keeping
like,
your public persona versus your private persona.
yeah, it's random, and I think it's just, a lot of those scenes with Peter and MJ are just kind of there to create forced drama, and that's the main thing in the movie that doesn't work for me. And it is very contrived every time I see it, which is not to say that some of those scenes, like I said, don't still hit me in the feels, but
The part where
it's
the
just,
cement brick
you
is
know.
falling at her in the taxi cab is so like gripping and just
Yeah,
like,
very suspenseful.
and the scene where Gwen is falling and he has to like do that whole
The whole
jump.
crane scene is very well done,
that
and the
scene's
scene
well
where
done.
Harry attacks him on the glider is very suspenseful.
yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I did because when I saw this in theaters, it was the Spider-Man 3 like special edition, so they had like some behind the scenes in the beginning. And apparently, Sam Raimi did actually change up the way he filmed the Spider-Man like jump sequences and like the fighting sequences completely in this one from 2 and 1. So like these were all new ways of like shooting it, which I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, that it advanced technical, had technical advances in this movie as well.
Yeah.
Just because
I also one other thing that doesn't work for me is a lot of the Billy McGuire scene. The tap dancing scene is hilarious, but it's stupid as shit. It's just very, very goofy. I
just
love it because of how funny it is, but it's not really.
I
meant
think
to
the best Bully Maguire scene and probably the one that like is the one that is like necessary is the one between him and James Franco and when they're fighting.
I agree with you, but at the same time, because that is earned. That conversation feels very earned in everything that happens there. At the same time, for me, it's like so over the top. Again, it's kind of goofy. Every time he's Bully Maguire, he all of a sudden his hair is way darker. It's down in his face. He looks so fucking emo. He's got like the eyeliner under his eyes. I'm just like, come on. Like I remember again back in the day when my mom and I watched it together. The scene where he looks normal in this scene before he puts the suit on. And then cut to him at James Franco's house, and all of a sudden he's got his hair down and the eyeliner on, and it looks fucking emo. We both just laughed because it was so funny how, like, you know.
And I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be. That's where I'm like getting into like I'm 90% sure the most at least of the comedy in this movie was pretty intense.
I don't think so, because there are scenes genuinely where it's clearly being played for drama, where I'm just like,
I mean, the MJ stuff when she's like, "Who are you?" or like, "What do you do?" You know, and he's just like,
that's drama. That's dramatic.
and that's where but I wasn't like thinking that was cringe. I was kind of like, okay, I can see where.
No, that scene, no pun intended, that scene hits. But like, you know, but there are other parts of it where I'm just like, it's a little too over the top, and I like it for, you know, it being a Sam Raimi silly kind of thing. That doesn't make it good though, and there are just parts of it that are like that for me. But again, like I said, 90% of the movie I think is extremely solid. The foundation is solid and it works. So the parts that don't work as much, it's like, well, the rest of it is so fucking good that it doesn't really matter, you know, to me as much. So I kind of just excuse it. There's certain parts that are harder to
The
excuse.
shot of Toby
I think it does cap off the
over
trilogy
James
pretty well.
Franco
Yeah.
dying is like, he looks hideous crying, but like it still made me emotional and like gave me goosebumps, and I was like, damn.
Tobey Maguire has one of the ugliest cry faces in film history.
He does. It is pretty funny. I will say though, when James Franco shows up to help him out and they do the whole like too late, a little sooner wouldn't help, you know, wouldn't hurt.
I love that.
I just
Good line.
And I was like, I honestly, there is some like it's weird because like some of the lines in this are like crazy. Like I swear to God, I think there's one when Eddie Brock's talking to, you know, Toby, and he's like, "Oh, it makes like the guy who shoots you right now, he makes you look like a little bloated."
Yeah.
And he literally Toby's just response is, "Okay." So I was just like, I don't. It's still funny to me. It's like, okay.
One of my favorite lines, Bully Maguire actually goes hard as fuck for this one. When he shoves him up against the wall, he's like, "You want forgiveness? Get religion." I'm just like, God damn, that was actually pretty good.
Good riddance as well. I was just
Yeah,
Yeah.
good line delivery.
damn, that's
Yeah.
I will say, like, they gave him the hardest lines for Bully Maguire. Like, they did not hold back. They let him just be.
He
big.
does go hard at some points in the movie. I also got to say, the direction in this is great. So many memorable scenes. Like I said, the crane scene, the Sandman, the first scene where he fights the Sandman, the fucking the bell tower scene is fucking iconic. I love that part. It's so good. And just so many other parts where I'm just like, and just that nice scene, that quiet scene where Peter and Aunt May are just talking, and he tells her that Sandman died, and he's expecting her to be like happy, and she's just like, I don't understand why did he kill him, what happened? And she gives him that whole, he's like, I thought you'd be happy, and she's like, Uncle Ben meant the world to us, but he wouldn't want us going for 1 second with revenge in our hearts, you know. Just Aunt May, as usual, dropping some of the hardest lines in the movie.
I love when she also like when he tells her he's gonna propose, and she gives him the ring, and then they have that whole scene where he's trying to save the ring, like grabbing it.
That's what I'm saying. That is so suspenseful in that scene where he's trying to get the ring. Yeah.
And
It's so
also,
well
I love the scene where she like takes that second to tell him how Uncle Ben proposed. Like, there's a whole they devote like a little segment just to her. Because I was like, at first when I watched it, I was like, do I really need to know how he did it? And then when I watched it this time, I was like, yeah, we do. We need.
They
This.
build so much
need-
on
yeah.
everybody.
It's
so
great,
well.
and I want to clarify something here, because Sam, you're accusing me of certain things a couple episodes ago. Rosemary Harris is my favorite Aunt May. However, when it comes to the one I'd like to, you know, get with the most, I'm going with Marissa Tomei. That's a no-brainer. But Rosemary Harris is my favorite Aunt May, and she is so good in this as she is in all of them. And she fucking, that line, to your point, where she goes, we'd be married 50 years come August if... And then she starts crying and she's like, but anyway, I'm just like, so much emotion in just that line.
Well,
So good.
She to me reminds me of like literally a saintly figure. Like literally, if you threw her ass in like the cloth, like I'd be like, yeah, that was a saint, or that's a, you know,
She's Mother
that's
Teresa.
yeah, literally, straight up, like she could be Mother Teresa, and I was like, that is probably the best casting for this role.
Yeah.
Is to have somebody who's like that. No offense to Marissa
All
Tomei,
right,
because like
I did
I
the
love her Aunt May.
R.I.P. But
like you need a.
Harris is still alive.
She is. She's like 96, still going. God bless her.
I mean, we were doing that because like thank God for her
98.
being alive.
Yeah. and you know, she really is just channels that character as, and I've said it before. I said it, I think, in when we talked about Spider-Man 1, and if not, I'll say it now. These movies, this trilogy, just there will never be another on-screen version of Spider-Man that captures the essence of the character better than these movies did. I'm just gonna say that. I love this one. It is the weakest of the three, but I love it. When I sat down to watch this, when I sat down to watch this last night, I cannot describe to you both how much I did not feel like watching this last night. I was very tired. I waited until the last minute. I was just like, oh god damn it, I gotta watch this tonight because I'm not gonna have time tomorrow. Within the first minute of the movie starting, that completely disappeared, and I was just having a blast with it the whole way through because I love these movies. They're so fucking good. All three of them. People like to shit on this one for some legitimate reasons, but just like Scream 3, I think it's the hate is way overblown. I think this is a really solid movie with some flaws, no doubt, but a really solid movie with, you know, balancing, doing a juggling act, balancing a lot of things, and for the most part balancing them well. Maybe not every single thing, but most of it, I think it works. And there are two things I want to say, though. One, I am convinced, I take back what I said earlier, Mary Jane is not the villain of this movie. Not even close. And neither are any of the other people that we said. It's not the Sandman, it's not Venom, it's not Harry, it's not any of these people. And it's not Mr. Ditkovich, the landlord.
Is it Elizabeth Banks?
Those were all just jokes. No, Elizabeth Banks is the villain in real life. But
I love her scene. Sorry, before you. Well, never mind. You
no, her scenes in this are very funny. But what was I gonna say? Oh no, the real villain, not just of this film, but of the entire trilogy, is that goddamn motherfucker Bernard. I am convinced. You cannot convince me that this was not part of some elaborate, like, decades-long plot to destroy the Osborn family from the inside. That stupid motherfucker could... I know it's been pointed out to death by other people, but the stupid motherfucker didn't tell him until the last goddamn minute how Norman Osborn died. Just waited like... if I may, sir, I fucking cleaned your father's wounds and he killed himself. Thanks for waiting till I got half a face left, you stupid bastard. Like, I'll make the joke for the third time in a row. Al Pacino in The Irishman. How stupid can you be? You dumb motherfucker. Literally. But yeah, he is the villain of the trilogy. There's no disputing that. The amount of problems that would have been solved if that motherfucker had just said something sooner. But that's just that. And I forgot what the second thing I was going to say was, but it'll come to me.
100%. I feel like, I don't know. I was thinking that too when he said that, and I was like, bro, you've just been there the whole time. You're letting fucking Peter back in the house after you know Harry hates Peter's bitch ass, but because he, like, what? I was like, dude, who are you? What are you trying to do? Honestly, it makes so much sense.
Norman Osborn must have hired his son or his father or whoever and treated him like shit. So this is his plan to destroy the Osborn family from the inside. That's my headcanon.
And I did want to say,
Willem Dafoe's big long schlong has longing effects on this franchise.
And the second thing I was going to say really quick, who the fuck gets fired from a Broadway show after one goddamn performance?
You gotta suck. Everyone's gotta hate you.
Yeah, you must have been real bad.
She wasn't that goddamn bad.
She must have been a bitch behind the scenes. Everyone just hated her, and they're like,
this is one of the things in this movie where I'm like, after one performance, they're gonna fire her. I just don't. That's
not true. You don't. That's never a thing. They at least give them like a couple performances.
At least.
You could always have a bad night.
Again, the contrived ass.
Toby is not in the wrong because he said, "Come tomorrow, you'll be laughing about this," because she has the multiple performances to get it ironed out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he would never have expected her to be fired after one show because that doesn't happen. It's dumb. J.K. Simmons also, as usual, is god tier as that character.
He is the only Like J. Jonah
The
Jameson.
only.
No.
There's a reason they brought him back for the new ones because no one else can do it.
Nope.
He's amazing. Also, shout out to Bill Nunn, who's great in all three of these movies.
Yes.
And shout out to Ivan Reitman. Not right. Fuck me. Ivan Raimi. That's his name, right?
Ted Raimi's the one.
Ted Raimi. God damn it.
But Ivan's the one who co-wrote the movie, so all three Raimis were involved in this.
But Ted Raimi though, with the
It's hip, it's now, it's wow, and how.
we got him on that one. When he gets a lattes in, he's a little, or like.
I'm telling you, the little lines in this movie, they work out. But yeah, I think again, just this movie, I love the through line
too.
Say what?
The apartment owner is like, just bring me a pizza sometime, and I'm
one of my favorite lines. If it's a woman you're calling, just tell her, you are a good woman, I am good man. Dropping pearls of wisdom, Mr. Dickovich. But
such a good actor.
Great actor. Elia Baskin, who's also in another childhood classic of mine, October Sky. Love that movie.
Hey, we should pick that one sometime.
We should. That would be a good one. I haven't seen it in so long. But yeah, just fucking. I love that we did this episode because I love how it turned out. Because like, for me personally, all three of these movies I have a personal connection to them. This one most of all, because the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies were some of the most formative childhood things for me, and I love them to death. And anytime I get to watch them again these days, it's a treat. And I just love talking about all three and just going to bat for these because they all need to be gone to bat for a little bit. I think and I think I like how it turned out because. Then it would have been, I would have gone to bat for two of them, and then I would have probably just shot all over Howling 3. So I'm glad we could keep that through line going through this whole episode, because, like I said, this movie's not perfect by any means, but fucking hell, I love it to death. I had such a blast watching it last night. Even the parts that didn't work, like I said, the scene on the bridge is contrived as shit, and it actually kind of makes me mad, but it also makes me sad, because I'm so invested in their relationship, and I just I don't know. I don't like seeing them break apart. And the tap dancing scene in the bar is so goddamn silly. Like, almost indefensibly silly. But I was laughing my ass off the whole time. I wasn't shaking my fist at the air. It was
like a
fun.
little show tune in your movie?
I'll take that show tune. Because it's a funny show tune. And I'm not going to lie, man.
Domestic violence?
The scene... Well, no, not that part.
Damn, that points out the fact that this ties into It Ends With Us and the way he turns back and smacks a bitch.
Yeah, good point.
So
it's just
I was literally, and this just shows you how iconic some of those scenes have become. I was literally doing the dance moves with Bully Maguire when that scene was playing. No, I mean the part earlier when he's on the street. I was doing every one of those the whole time. I was like, let's go, I love this part.
Yeah, no, it's funny because when I first saw they were coming back into theaters, I was talking to a coworker about this movie, and she said, I really like the third one. It's like my favorite. And I kind of, in my head, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm no longer like, are you kidding me? I also had a coworker back in the day. His name was Tamaris. He genuinely said, I said, what's your favorite movie? And he said, Spider-Man 3. I thought he was joking. He was not joking. And this was back when I did not like Spider-Man 3. And so I was like, bro, you got to have bad taste in movies. And now I'm like here, and I'm like, no, he's valid for that.
Oh, for sure.
He's valid.
As a kid, this one was my favorite.
Yeah, I was like, valid. It was always 2 for me. I saw 2 in theaters too, and that was the only movie. The first movie, specifically, when it ended, people clapped at the end of Spider-Man 2. And we were in a random-ass theater in Concord Mills.
Yeah.
Like, nobody
That's
was
where
there.
I saw the third one was Concord Mills.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, that's when I went, okay, movies can be this powerful that people will straight up clap for them.
Well, to your point, Matt, when I was a kid, Spider-Man 3 was my favorite. Mainly because, well, it was the only one I saw in theaters, and it was Venom. I just loved Venom. He was my favorite as a kid. So
what hit him?
Yeah, they ain't gonna know what hit them. Knock, knock, let the devil in. But never forget Hashtag never forget. But yeah, it was my favorite for a lot of reasons. Those were the main ones. I love Venom. I love all that shit. And then when I remember when I hit like my teens, I was like, oh my God, Spider-Man 2 is actually like goated as shit. That's my favorite one. And it still is to this day. And that's what Spider-Man 2 is one of those movies, and I'll touch on it more next year when we finally do that one and close the trilogy out. Spider-Man 2 is one of those movies, like, if I had to go before Martin Scorsese and I could only pick like three or four movies to like be like to make the case superhero movies are art, that's one of the ones I would pick because that movie is genuinely a masterpiece. Like,
Well, I don't think he
incredible.
was talking about those movies low key when he said that. I think he's talking about post 2009 superhero movies. In my opinion, that was because I don't think he ever said that before 2009.
Because
And
it
nor did he
wasn't
have
as
a
big of a
reason to.
thing pre-MCU,
Didn't
it
have a
wasn't
reason
as big
to,
of a
but
And
thing.
even then, I don't think he would have had an issue with. Yeah, I don't think he had an issue with like the Dark Knight and shit.
I don't know. I
He didn't
mean,
say he did.
he is on record praising the first Spider-Man, and I think
That's
it's
what.
because he's friends with Sam Raimi, so I think that's why. But you
also
know,
wanted
I
James
mean, I don't.
Gunn
Yeah, that's why I don't think
before.
like. I think it's literally post 2009 MCU is where he was
but
kind
even
of.
if it's not just him, if it's like somebody else who doesn't think superhero movies are art, like Spider-Man 2 is one of those movies I would genuinely, if I could only pick like three or four, that's one of the ones I would grab and just be like, watch this seriously. And again, yeah, the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, Spider-Man 3, both came out the same year, both underrated as fuck. I'm making the case for
They are.
both because and I saw them both in theaters at Concord Mills, and I loved it, and it was a cherished memory. When I saw Spider-Man 3 in the theater, I'll never forget it. My mom driving me and my brother to the theater, and we were losing our fucking minds. I was like,
2007
"We
was
can see Spider-Man 3 today. I can't fucking believe it." It was a big deal. So
2007 was a big year for third films and franchises.
What's the
Ocean's
other one?
13 as well, as we said.
There was
Yeah.
Ocean's.
13,
Yeah,
and
that
then
one, and then what other one?
oh no, I guess Harry
Not in a bad
Potter.
way.
Harry Potter 3 was
2004.
Or
yeah.
I think.
2007 would
I
have
think
been
Harry.
Harry Potter 5.
Yeah, I was like, I think Harry Potter did release in that year though.
Yep. Um,
That's crazy.
but yeah, fucking, I'm glad we're all in such agreement on these.
We're 3 for 3. I think like,
Absolutely, we're 3 for 3.
yeah.
As
Three,
much as
three
I've
for
ever been
three.
3 for 3. Well, I guess that's it for this episode, everybody. We hope you enjoyed. I hope my thoughts. This is the second time I've had to defend an underappreciated 2007 Marvel film while in a costume. The difference is I'm not sweating my ass off this time because I have air conditioning. So, that's a good thing. And I just have this one last thing to say to you all.
What's that?
They had that at Spirit Halloween. They had the mask that had the tongue out, and I thought about buying it, but I was
They
like,
have that for real?
they do, yeah.
Oh my fucking God.
Actually,
If only I
if
had known
Spirit
that.
Halloween is still up for whatever reason, like if they're about to do the ending sale or whatever, you might want to grab it because it could be a sale on it. I have no idea. They could be dead at this point or like gone. I don't
Well,
know
if
if they
they're
have the breakdown and
dead,
everything.
it's because I killed them. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to
Now
yet
it's
another episode of 3 for 3. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, vote in the polls, all that good shit. And
I
I've
got
never
Ghostface
felt,
right up there. I don't know if you guys can see him. Been in the corner the whole time.
ah, thank you for having an homage to me.
I gotta say this. Do that carpet match the drapes, Sydney? I'm gonna eat that box, Sydney.
Goddamn.
It's one of the few
Waited the
impressions
whole
I actually can
episode,
do.
Matt, to fucking drop that fucking nuclear bomb.
Had to save the best for last, baby.
Yeah.